For this video, I'm headed into the mountains. I'm going to try to fit in a little bit of everything so you can get a sense of what one of these FPV day trips out in the mountains is really like. We've had a bit of a late start to today's long-range road trip here, but at least it's still some really nice blue skies, so I think it's worth making the most of that. Hopefully doing some cinewhooping in this little sort of marshy spot on the way there. I've always wanted to do a cinewhoop flight here with the reflective water and the trees in the background. I think it's a really beautiful scene. So I'm going to take the Speedy B35 and my hopefully working Hero 11 Mini with some camera butter ND filter and go and get some shots here. The light's a little bit flat right now because the sun's fairly high up, but yeah, I think the reflections at least will turn out pretty nicely in this scenario. So I'm not familiar with this spot. I mean, it's not a big area. It's pretty easy to just see where everything is. So I'm just gonna, I'm not trying to do anything too fancy here. I just wanted to catch these really nice reflections in the calm water here. I'm kind of glad actually there was these really cool looking interesting ducks that were here earlier, but they left because I was worried about freaking them out. So that's actually a little bit like confusing with the reflections. It's makes it a little bit hard to concentrate on where the actual water level is. Whoa, that's sort of mesmerizing. I got a few interesting shots of the water and reflections, but there wasn't as much to this spot as I had hoped. So I got the one flight in, and then we continued on our way. There was one more place I wanted to fly the Cinewhoop before moving on to doing the long-range flights. All Powers supplied me with this power station, this portable power station, and a solar panel. I got the solar panel in the truck right now still. We're just about to set up and do another flight through the forest here, and I figure while I'm setting up and doing this flight, I might as well get one of my old packs charging. So I'll just get that set up here. It's pretty quick and easy to do on this thing. Just powering it up there. So it's at 100%, and I haven't used it yet today. So just gonna plug in my charger. I got a cigarette adapter to XT60. I had to order this online. This was a separate thing. All right, so I'm just gonna plug my pack in here. So the only downside I found so far with this, with a 12 volt, is that the max I can charge a 6S pack at is about 4.2 volts because it only does 120 watts. But that's enough to do for like these Cinewhoop packs. I can charge 2 of them at once at 2 amps each. Or I can charge like a 4,000 milliamp lipo at 4 amps. But it's because it's also got 2 USB-A and 2 USB-C charging ports as well. Yeah, so I'm just making use of that. Get my GoPro batteries charged while I'm charging my flight lipos for the Cinewhoop. All right, let's get going and do this flight here while those are charging up. That was a good flight with the B35 around the little forest here. All right, we're gonna keep going though. See if we can find somewhere else to fly. We continued on our way, eager to get to the first long-range location. After a short drive, we arrived at the spot that I had in mind. Then we spent a few minutes checking out the area and talking about which flight routes were possible from this location. 20 minutes later, we were all set up and ready to fly some long range. So I just got the all powers R600 charging up my GoPro stuff now, recharging my Hero 11 Mini since I can't change the battery in it. Even with the clouds here, I don't know if how well that's going to come out in the GoPro here, but it's clouded right over. When it wasn't quite as cloudy, but like still clouded over, I was getting 35 watts, 40 watts. We'll have to see another time here and test it out finally in some sunny weather. I tried out the SP29 solar panel again later in the week and was getting 110 to 120 watts from the midday sun. Keeping in mind this is only April, in the summer months it would likely reach its 140 watt rating or close to it. So even though the light's not that great now, I'm thinking about going and doing a flight up here, and just while we're here and relaxing. But I'm gonna do one more flight here at this spot with the Falcon RPM with my lithium-ion packs, and then while I'm doing that flight, I always bring out my high voltage lipos charged up to 4.1 or 4.2. So it's because I had this thing charged up to 4.2 because I don't like keeping it at 4.35 all the time. I think it shortens their life. So now while I'm doing this flight, I'm just going to top this off to 4.35, and then I'll have this to use for one more flight to try to fit in. We're going to see if there's somewhere else to do a flight on the way. All right, let's do this flight up here. I'm getting more and more used to flying with DJI now. Still really throws me off with the freezing video thing rather than just breaking up a bit. I mean, it holds on really well, but that's kind of scary because it holds on so well that then by the time it starts freezing, that like it's pretty far into losing video. It's kind of amazing that you get still like this pretty good picture even when your signal's really low.
Before we get too far, can you talk about what the turnaround point is for your battery and milliamp hours?
Yeah. Wow, it's kind of burning through the milliamp hours here. I get a turnaround at about 2,800. Maybe I could turn around at 3,000 at the latest.
And voltage?
My voltage, I want to turn around when I get to like 3.4. Yeah, around 3.4 I want to be turning around.
And what batteries are you using?
This battery now is this battery is Molicel P28A, 18650s. So I've got two 6S packs on. So 6S2P with 18650s for a total of 5,600 milliamp hours, what it's rated for. But you get about 5,000 out of it.
So turn back at 2,800 to 3,000 or 3.4 volts?
Yeah, that's right. I'm at 3.6 for battery, so I'm good for a little bit. I'm watching my my count on my megabit count on my on my goggles. It's okay. It's around 30. It's quite a bit of wind. I can tell I'm doing over 20 amps to go 50 kilometers an hour.
Wow.
Let's see if I can get out of the wind a bit, getting a little closer into the terrain here. So I'm at 1,400 milliamp hours, 3.5. I think this battery's sagging a little bit more because this is, yeah, I don't know. It's strange that the voltage seems low on it a little more quickly. So I'm like, I don't know, I'm halfway up the mountain. I'm sort of in a cool rock section up there. It's full on snow all around.
Oh yeah. What's your amp drop?
30, but I'm going up in the air right now because I'm actually about to turn around here and just kind of check my line of sight for where I am. My megabits dropped to 15.
So what's your count
2100 milliamp hours, 3.5 volts.
So in about 700 milliamp hours, you're going to think about turning around.
Yeah. I'm just cruising through some trees right now. I have to keep defending myself here against the bug army.
Yeah, they're starting to come out. I'm going to have to re-up the thermostat soon.
3.4645.
What's your milliamp hour count?
2400, 3.43. Found a cool rock face I'm gonna dive. I'm not quite sure where it is. 3.38, 2500. I mean, I probably am good for battery, but I think I might start heading back soon just to be safe here.
Yeah, especially because it's sagging and it's windy.
Ooh, that was a cool spot to dive. I'm gonna start coming back. I gotta remember that one. I really liked that dive down that face. If I go up and just head straight there one time and totally practice that, I think I could do a really nice dive because it's super flat. So you could, because it's so flat and there's no bushes on it, it's all wiped clean. So you can get right down low pretty safely.
Cool. I want to ask, are you heading back?
Yeah, and I just need a minute. I'm doing a crazy dive, I think. Almost crazy dive. I just missed it. I can see the rocks splaying out in this direction from up above, but the trees are in the way. So I tried to like dive the cliff from like 100 meters above it. I find that exciting, just coming into like approaching the top of a cliff at 100, 120 kilometers an hour and trying to like scoot in beside some trees or something to catch a nice spot on the cliff. I'm at 3,300 milliamp hours, 3.27, so I'm still plenty.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if I talked about it, but yeah, I'm flying my Falcon RPM frame. It's my own frame I designed myself. It's got T-motor 3008, 1500 kV motors. It's been 7.5 inch props. It's got a T-motor full function flight controller and a T-motor F55 Pro 2 ESC.
It's a Mosquito Mageddon over here.
Yeah, the mosquitoes are getting bad. It flies. Yeah, this thing flies great. I love flying this thing. The 7.5 inch props with the 1500 kV motors. You need a big motor though, like 3008 to spin that 7.5 inch with that kV nicely. 3.11, 85 kilometers an hour. All right, just finished getting back from doing a flight up there with the Falcon RPM. The sun's kind of coming out again now, but unfortunately it's going to be going behind the mountains soon. So we got lucky with the weather and the clouds continued to clear. And then after some thinking and a little more driving, we found the last peak in the valley that still had some good sunlight on it. All right, so we got time to squeeze in one more flight here. The clouds have kind of cleared up a little bit, especially over here at this crazy pointy mountain. The light's still sort of okay up there. So I'm just finishing recharging the Hero 11 a little bit. Just finished getting my my X-Lite batteries charged on the 18650 charger here. So once again, yeah, this has been super helpful today using this R600 from All Powers for getting all my batteries topped off and charging up all these kind of things. I've just got to get my goggles together here and my antennas on. All right, so I'm just going to finish setting up here and then I'll see you in a minute when I'm ready to take off. All right, here we go. Last flight of the day, catching still last little bit of light on this peak there. Just gotta check my settings. Crap, mosquito swarm. Crap. Wow, okay, is that recording?
Yeah.
We're gonna have to hightail it out of here afterwards because it's like I'm flying analog and I can see mosquitoes in it.